because we're going to get rolling with today's new member call. Welcome, everybody, to the new members training. Today's call, I have a few things planned for us today to learn, to get a little bit of vision, a little bit of bigger picture, and a little bit of inspiration and knowledge going forward. First off, as I always want to do, and what I always want us to get into a habit of, is introducing ourselves. My name is Stephen Crawford. I have been an Herbalife member now for 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years in, I believe, April for me. 2.5 global expansion team with you all as my amazing team members and family members. It's been an amazing journey, but we have so much more in store, and we have so much more left in us and so much growing to do. So let me mute all first. Mute all. Got it. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is pretty much we want to keep these calls as informational as possible, and I really want to discuss today the marketing plan, but not so much going over like, okay, this is how you get to senior consultant, this is how you get to qualified producer, this is how you get to supervisor. We should know that. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're sitting and you're watching this right now, or if you're watching the recording of this and you don't know about the Herbalife marketing plan, you should take it upon yourself when the call is over or whenever you get time to learn the marketing plan. And the reason I say that is you don't want to just say, I know how to get to supervisor, I know how to get to qualified producer. You want to know how to sit down with somebody, go over how to get to these levels and the benefits of getting to these levels and the profit levels and whatnot. So if you're a member and your member comes in the business and they don't know where they're going to go in the business, they don't have any kind of vision, how are they going to ever recruit a team? So the thing is, think about the bigger picture. You may know the marketing plan, but do you know what to teach? Can you teach somebody the marketing plan? And if you can't, then like that is a goal for you. That is something that you want to strive to do. And the reason that I would tell you that it's important to make sure that your people know the marketing plan is so people have a sense of purpose whenever they do the business. If you don't have a clue how to get to senior consultant, there's people that do like 300 volume points, not even knowing that all they got to do is get like one of their family members on the plan and they'll get a raise. I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, snaps. I didn't even know that that's what's possible. But what we're going to talk about right now is the benefit of actually once you get to that supervisor level and in the possibilities that are opened up for you. A lot of us are new. None of us have ever been on a vacation before, a Herbalife vacation. A few of us have been around for promotions, actually like team promotions and vacations. And I believe like Kylie and Orlando are like just a couple hundred volume points away from qualifying for Utah. So, last time I checked, they might have hit it by now. They do volume by the hour, it seems like. But just that close, I can imagine. But the thing is, we all have access to do these things. Last year was a great year for me personally doing Herbalife. And I think I became a real believer when they actually did send me to Hawaii and gave me like $2,500 extra to buy my ticket, which is I live in California, so it's not that expensive for me to fly to Hawaii. So I was able to just buy my mom a first class flight to Hawaii as well. So I was able to fly my mom first class, and it just so happens the Herbalife vacation lands on her birthday weekend. So I was able to take her to Hawaii for her birthday. She didn't have to pay anything. She flew first class to her dream vacation. And, for me, that was my why. That was one of my whys last year working really hard, was because they were going to just give that to us. This year, they just pretty much are really doing the same thing by giving us the vacation to the French Riviera Maya, and it's all expenses paid for. So there are so many opportunities and things to shoot for, to not only the 50% discount and 50% profit, but all of the other levels that you're actually able to earn income. And a lot of us, I know we get tired of our jobs and we want to make enough money to do Herbalife all the time. And what I'll tell you is what you need to do right now, if you're serious about that, you need to look at Tab Team. Look at the Tab Team, which stands for Top Achievers Business, and say, where do you want to be? When I first came into the company, I said, I want to be Millionaire Team, because Millionaire Team, the minimum money you're going to make at Millionaire Team by just doing your $3,000 to get your bonus and just doing your $80,000 of organizational volume points, you're going to be bringing home $7,200 a month. That's not including your wholesale that you do personally. So you're going to be bringing home close to $7,500, just bare minimum, at Millionaire Team. So when I heard that, I was like, man, and that means if I do like 5K and I do like my 80K in my organization, I could be looking at close to $10,000 a month doing Herbalife, doing what you're doing right now. What everybody's doing right now, everybody's doing Herbalife, but just imagine you just have a higher pin, and for what you did today, you got paid $10,000 a month. But they said this is what you have to do to get to it. One, you have to be a product of the product, always and forever. There can't be that falling off period. The more times you fall off is the more steps you're taking backwards. So if you're saying to yourself, I've been on my plan, but I got to get back, then just realize you've taken so many steps back, but it's okay. The thing is, the path forward is never closed. You can always continue going. But the thing is, you have to make sure, very first and foremost, that you're taking the products. The reason being, you tend to be excited about the things that you consume or the things that are around you every single day. So if you're drinking shakes every day, if you're taking the tea every day and your tablets every day, you're going to talk about it every day. And you sell what you consume. So if you are only consuming shakes, you're probably going to be hard to sell beverage mixers. It's probably going to be hard to sell some tea if you've never drank it. That's why they say, you have to be and take responsibility as an entrepreneur of your business and say, I'm just going to try a new product every month. Whenever I do my re-up order for the month, I'm going to just purchase something that I have never done before. Let me see what this shampoo smells like. Let me see how good this Herbalife soap works. And it's something I'll probably make Orlando mad, and the women too. They used to have something, this is Herbalife cologne. They don't sell it no more, but I bought like 3 bottles when they had it. It's called Man. And obviously the woman was called Woman. But I guess they got real creative with that one. But it's different things like that, like taking all of the products and making sure you're in love with everything, because you're going to sell. I know some people who only do skincare. They only do Herbalife because of the skincare. Guess what they sell? The skin line. They don't sell shakes. They sell the skin line. So if you want to become versatile, make sure that you're consuming as much as possible. And the second thing is, and I think I want to put this way above most things, is events. And I feel like if you want to build a team, what I've noticed is this is personally what I'm going to tell you from my personal experience. If you want a team that stays around, and if you want a team that is growing, you have to get them to events. First off, you have to commit to never missing an event yourself. Whether it's a call, whether it's an STS, whether it's a quarterly event, no matter what. You have to have no matter what. And people used to always ask me, what's your no matter what? My no matter what is to always show up no matter what. I have kids. Trust me, it's hard. And everybody I know, 99% of people I know in California do Herbalife. So when it's time for a Herbalife event, it's like trying to find a babysitter for kids under 1 is like, how much you want to pay? I mean, we get quoted like $500 for a week or something for a couple of hours. But no matter what, I got to show up. Guess what? Guess what makes sense to me? You have a room full of people, let's just say President's Team members, who all make over $20,000 a month, and all they want to do is tell you how to do it. And what you're saying is, I don't want to show up because I don't want to learn how to make that amount of money, and I don't want to learn how to change my life and my family. That's what you're saying by not going to an STS. And I had this conversation with one of my very, very initial first members, who he hasn't been to an event in a long time, doesn't get on calls, and he wonders why he can't sell any Herbalife. He's like, I just can't do it. You can't do it because you're not showing up. Try showing up to your job and have them pay you. Try going to your 9 to 5 or not going to your 9 to 5 and see what happens. They probably fire you before anything. But it's the same thing in Herbalife. Try not showing up in Herbalife. The same thing is going to happen. You're going to fire yourself every single day. And it's okay to take days off, but just you can't. Your goals have to match your level of work. If your goal is to be tab team, if your goal is president's team, and your level of work is kind of showing up here or there, kind of getting on the call here or there, putting, the gym above your nutrition, which a lot of people do, which for me, I can't fathom that. It's 80% nutrition, not 80% fitness, for a reason. But like, if you whatever you're categorizing, if you say you want to get to this level here and you're working, is the sacrifices are here, you're never gonna reach this level. So you have to realize, I was torn up. I couldn't go to mega training in California out here last weekend because I couldn't find a babysitter. That joint was from 8 to 4. And guess what? I had it on my computer for the entire day. I was like, you know what? I got errands to run. I'll run my errands after the call. I'll do my cooking during the call. I'll take care of my kids during the call. But listen, you can't tell me that 8 president's team members are about to put on a call or put on a event and tell me how to get to where they got. And I'm just going to be like, no, I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to go. And it's so much access. Y'all don't even realize Zoom is like heaven sent. Because before Zoom, which is before a lot of you all were here, we had Ustream. Ustream is terrible because all you do is like look at it. You can't see all the faces like this. You're just looking at one screen. It was like Garen had the only call, and we're just looking at Garen the whole time. And it's like no interaction. It's like no question and answers. It's like no reaction at the end. It's like call over, and then that was it. So we had things like that when I first came into the business. So right now there's so many luxuries to plug in that it almost has to become instinctual. It almost is like at the beginning of the month, who planned their month around December as Success Training Seminar? I know I did. I looked on there and I'm like, okay, our Success Training Seminar is the 14th. Okay, cool. I got to do this. Boom, boom. All right, cool. All right. So I'm planning, actually it was the 7th, and then we had another event. We had back-to-back Saturdays. Boom, boom. Mega training and SDS. But I'm like December 7th. That's our Success Training Seminar. What do I have to do? I have to make sure that I'm not doing anything that day. If I have something planned, they got to move to the next day or the next Saturday. And I'm not telling you that that's what you have to do. I'm just telling you that that's the level of commitment. I know some of you are like, it's too far away. Well, guess what? I start following Ellen Musa. If you guys know Ellen Musa, I start following her on Snapchat. And I see her in the car. And I'm like, where is she going? She then drove from New Orleans to San Antonio. I forget how many hours. It's like 6 hours. Just to go to the Success Training Seminar to hear Super Mario. Drove. And then stayed in Houston for a week because she gets to do that because she does a lot of Herbalife, so she does it full time. Stayed in Houston for a week and then attended the Success Training Seminar in Houston that weekend. To me, I'm looking like, man, that's dedication. That's somebody who's going to be president's team because her no matter what is so strong. And I'm like, man, am I sacrificing as much as she is? She may only be active world team, but she's doing 5K every month. And I'm looking at, man, she works out at Planet Fitness. I know us real gym goers are like, maybe Planet Fitness may not be the best gym for us to get a good workout in. But I'm looking at the business side of it. Today, I was just thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? I might have to go get Planet Fitness because that gym is going to be overran in January because it's cheap. Judge-free zone, and there are going to be a lot of new people in there looking to get in shape. Guess where I need to be? I don't need to be at LA Fitness or 24-hour Fitness where everybody's already been there throughout the year and it's nothing but meatheads. I need to go where people need my help. So guess what? I guess I got to add a 4th gym membership to my belt. I got 3 already. It's only $10. That's fine. I'll just work on having that being paid from a client every month. No problem, right? So I think that's going to be something that I personally take on. I'm good at playing shoe. Planet Fitness has a lot of people who just do cardio because that's all they know. And there's going to be a lot of people in there waiting for questions. That's why I don't wear headphones in the gym anymore, because I just want to be alert. So, I'm going to always harp on you guys. Use word talk. Yes, that stuff is given. That stuff is mandatory. But events, if Mark Hughes was still alive, I guarantee you, he probably would have stuck events up there with use word talk. Because I guarantee this is what I promise you, because I've done it and I've been on both spectrums. If you don't get people to events, which the calls are included, you will not have a team. Period. You may get people that sign up, but you'll get people that do their own thing, because nobody's going to be together. And then all of a sudden, it's just going to crumble. Trust me, I know what it feels like. I'm going to tell y'all, I don't want anybody to go through some of the growing pains that I had to go through learning how to be a good leader, learning how to, put my foot down when it's supposed to be, even if it makes people mad. I had to learn to do these things. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's going to suck when you are so close to hitting a milestone, then all of a sudden it's cut not even in half, cut times 3. And production is not and it's not even that production is not there. It's the fact that, sometimes people just lose their motivation, or people just lose their inspiration, or people are scared. I think a lot of times people get either embarrassed or scared or something like that to be around. If they're like, I'm not doing, my 2,500, so I want to be like a ghost because I don't feel like I got the right to say something. And that's where we have to realize, just because you're not doing 2,500, if you're making some sort of effort, the people need you. Or you need the people. This is something I learned from Laura Holloway. She says, and then I think they said this at Herbalife Extravaganza, and it's something I'll always remember. You can never miss an event for this reason. If your business is doing well, the event needs you. If your business is not doing well, you need the event. So either way, you have to be present. Because, you can be rocking the business, but guess what? Your conversation or your leadership by showing up and being on stage or just being a presence that people can watch and say, this person is successful. I just want to watch how they move. I just want to watch how they dress. I just want to watch how they speak, how they carry themselves. How do they act around people? Are they getting up clapping? I want to see the successful person. And then on the other hand, if you're not, you need to go be around some people who are inspired. Our chat today, y'all don't even know. Today I was like, I'm just going to look at what they talk about. And there was all kind of babies being posted in there, cute babies with 3-day trials. And, Caitlin posted a child in there. And then it was conversations going on inside of our chat. And it was not forced by me at all. And when I look at that as people are growing together. People are falling, in these amazing relationships with each other because they're just showing up every day. Now, let's just say I believe it was like, Rachel, I'm going to go do this. She has 10 people good luck. You got it. All of these things, and it's not forced anymore because we've all become like family. Everybody, that's what happens when you talk to somebody every day. It don't have to be about nothing. It don't always, I'm telling you, if you just look in there, we goof around and make jokes all the time. It's not always straight to, where's your volume at? I don't even think we've ever talked about volume in chat. It's always I'm about to do this, or I need help with this. What would you do? Or just how was your day? Those things, that's what goes on in the chat. Because I know Garen always says it and you'll hear it, and he'll let you know that a flower grows much faster in bunches. Tell me the last time you went to a garden and you seen a bunch of individual flowers just all sprouted up. They're usually together. So for us, if everybody wants to achieve a level of success, because everybody can do it. Everybody can reach the global expansion team and earn $2,500 to $5,000 a month. Everybody can reach the millionaire team and earn $7,200 to $15,000 a month. Everybody can reach the president's team and earn $20,000 plus a month as long as you stick together. Look at the president's team and look at their organization. They're backed by just a bunch of people who treat each other like family. Look at Garen's people. They treat Garen like a great grandpa or something. Like the people just love him. Super Mario the same way. So you have to think, man, I love this opportunity. Who am I going to share it with? And whoever you share it with, bring them around family. If you bring them around, I promise you they're going to stay just because of what goes on. Do you guys know anywhere else in the world that's having a meeting like this about, it's supposed to be about business, but then it always turns into some kind of positivity or family kind of conversation? Tell me when your job has, something like this for you, to where y'all sit around in the break room and y'all just talk about who wants to be successful and how to get there, and inspiring. And your supervisor walks in and just tells you how to take over the company. Never. You're not going to find that anywhere. This is the only place. I've had a lot of jobs in my life, and they don't care about nothing but you getting the workload done, and we'll see you. One of my friends out here, I've been trying to get her to do Herbalife for a long time. And I'm like, listen, you've been complaining about jobs and you don't want to work. And she just threw her back out, has to have, working at the Amazon. We had Amazon out here, the big company Amazon. We have the factory out here. And working on the assembly line. All of a sudden, she throws her back out. She's like, I can't work at Amazon no more. Like, you a little old girl. Like, what are you working on the assembly line for? Because didn't go to school. Because there's no jobs. Because only thing to do is go get a fast food restaurant gig or something that, something that just doesn't add up. But yet people don't want to get into this opportunity that has the potential to create your own schedule. And people don't want to work at this opportunity to have everything that you imagined when you were young. Because as we get older, our dreams just kind of deflate because reality sets in. And you're like, man, I got bills to pay. And, that spaceship to the moon that I was thinking about buying when I was 7 is not, it's not something I think about no more. I just want to get the rent paid. Herbalife gives you the opportunity to dream like a kid again. And this is something that I've seen. Now I'm looking at people like Style Bell, who buys dream cars and expensive dogs and stuff now to have things that he couldn't have and a family that he couldn't have before. I see people like Brian Holyfield who retired their moms off of Herbalife. Why would you not want to stay in something that allows you to do that? Why would you want to leave? Where else you going to go? You're going to go out in corporate America, or you're going to go out in the world and be stressed? I'm trying to get, man, I'm telling y'all, if y'all know Adrian Sanchez and Fred, I'm trying to tell them, like, listen, have fun in school, but be prepared when it's over with. Because, oh, man, I wish I was back in college. I had not a care in the world. I had no bills. All I had was car insurance and my car note. That was it. Had no bills, had no rent, stayed in dorms, had food paid for. Life was good. Then you spend the rest of your life paying back student loans. Then you spend the rest of your life trying to build your credit. Then you spend the rest of your life trying to, have a 401k in the retirement fund. That's what you spend your life doing. People are literally going to work every day because that's what they're chasing. And then when you retire, you're on a fixed income and you can't do nothing. You can't enjoy your retirement. The only reason I'm saying this is because I know it for a fact. I've seen my family go through that. Like, I've seen my grandma work at a hospital for 40 years, retire, and says, I can't do much because I'm on a fixed income. What kind of sense does that make? You serviced people for 40 years. You saved lives for 40 years. And then once you retire, like, you can't do anything but sit around your house and knit because you didn't make any money. Your retirement wasn't anything. And you have to live off that for the rest of your life. So you got to be diligent. That's not the life I'm trying to live. And I don't know if anybody looks at the bigger picture or people are going through the motions day by day because we're all so young. But just look at the quality of life of an older person and just ask yourself, do you want that to be you? Or look at somebody like Leslie Stanford, who's Chairman's Club, who makes about $600,000 a month on a bad month. That's a nice retirement fund, if you ask me. Has about 112 presidency members in her downline. Like a 60-year-old woman or something like that. Life is good for her. Shoot, if you press team, do you know your life will be different forever? Even if you decide not to really do Herbalife like that, and you just do your 2,500 volume points, you get your bonus. Your life is set forever. You literally don't got to go to nothing. I'm not suggesting this, but you literally don't have to go to no other event for the rest of your life. You've built a president's team organization. You're going to get paid great for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. I'll tell y'all, before I moved to California, and actually when I went back home for Christmas last year, I met a girl who said her mom quit the business at Millionaire Team. Quit the business. I don't know why you would do that. But her mom hadn't been doing Herbalife for 2 years. Still doesn't even drink the shakes. Still gets a check for, I think she said like $4,000 or $5,000 every month. Don't even do nothing. Hasn't bought a product in 2 years. Still gets checked for like $5,000 a month because of what she did. That's a retirement fund. Just imagine that hospital paying your grandma or whatever job that your parents work at. When they get through with that job, is that job still paying you? The day you walk out of there is the day they say, that's it, they're done. Well, on to the next. So what I would encourage everybody to do, and what I would just suggest and recommend, is to look at the bigger picture. We do treat this as it's very fun to be around this. It's a great atmosphere to be around, but it can and will change your entire life and your family's entire life. Think about that. I started thinking about that when I had kids. What kind of life am I going to create for them when they get older? Because I hated growing up as a kid, not having any money, not being able to go school shopping. Never. Y'all know I never went school shopping for school clothes, ever. I wore what I had from last year, get clothes every now and then, wait for my grandma to give me clothes for Christmas. Never was able to go to school shopping, never had a car in high school. Walked to school, caught the bus. Like, those were luxuries that I never complained about because I was just so used to it. But if I have the opportunity to make sure my kids have the best experience growing up, especially the way things are going these days, I need to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can. And guess what happens? If something happens to me, I can pass them my soon-to-be president's team business. And they get to earn, and it's a willable asset. So off everything I just said in these last 20 minutes, I just convinced myself over again that this is the craziest opportunity ever. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is what I do to myself. I sit and have conversations like this with myself like every day. I don't think I'm weird. I'm a thinker. I'm very, what they call people, an introvert. I just sit and I just talk to myself. Not out loud, because that'd be really kind of different. But I sit and talk to myself, and I have these kind of conversations, and I'm like, man, and I really convince myself all the time, like, what would I do without Herbalife? Where would I be? I would still be working at Target trying to get a supervisor position that they told me I didn't look like I fit the criteria for. Oh, you're smarter than we thought you were, but we just want to go in a different direction. That's where I would be. Wasting my time on somebody else's future. So my thing is, you just make a decision. Biggest thing is making a decision. Make a decision to yourself, what's going to be there no matter what. Are you going to show up no matter what? For 2.5, almost 3 years, I've always been on every call, even if I haven't been able to fully give my attention. We always got this in our hand. Tell me who don't always got. Everybody I see is always like this. All day. You can get the Zoom calls on this. You can get the team calls on this. So unless you're at work, if you're driving, if you're at the gym, you got this. You should be on the call. Like, that has to be it no matter what. I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, well, this is my time. I got to go to the gym. We have a supervisor call. I got my phone in my hand. I'm not going to scroll Instagram, so I might as well just turn the call on, right? Because everything that I do, I'm going to want my team to do. Imagine that. And that's the last thing I'll say. If you have dreams and aspirations of building an organization, you have dreams and aspirations of building a team, your team is going to do, I think Garrett might have said this on the call. I was actually doing wellness evaluations during the call on Monday, so I didn't get to catch it all. But your team is going to do exactly what you're doing. How you come into the business, and if you happen to dip in and out, or if you happen to come in on fire, whatever it is, just know whatever you're doing right now, your team is going to do the exact same thing. So do you want them doing what you're doing right now on a daily basis to help you build your team? Or are you like, well, I guess I got to do something different? Because if you're putting in effort every day, you're going to attract people who are going to put in effort every day. You may not see it now. You may be like, dang, I'm doing everything myself. But I guarantee you, you have to always be ready. And if you're always doing your best, guess what? You're going to attract the people into your business who are going to do just like that. If you come into the business and you never show up, you're going to attract people who never show up. Then you're going to have a big mess. That's what I did when I first came into the business. I didn't really think about being duplicatable. I didn't really think people were duplicating what I was doing or trying to. Then all of a sudden, I have a nice size following on Instagram, and I got everybody else trying to do their business off of Instagram, and it doesn't work like that. If I got, 12,000 followers or something like that, and you only have 167, and you're relying on that as your business, it don't work that way. You people don't even realize if you have, I got 13,000 followers, and you may get one client off of a post. That's not good number. That's not a good way to duplicate your business. So just be mindful. Everything that you do is going to be, it's just like when you have kids. The kids are, they say, your payback for how you were. Herbalife, when you sign people up, they're your kids. They're your babies. And exactly how you were is exactly how they'll be. So nip it in the bud now. All right. We're actually up on time. I just got in the zone today. But I'll leave these last minute or two if anybody has any remarks, any comments, or any questions. Go ahead and speak freely.
Appreciate the call. I actually do have a question about Prelox Blue because I take it for circulation and like gains, but I have a guy that I was telling about, but he like doesn't know when to take like. I told him it's for like sexual health, but I was like, he's like, well, I don't want to get a boner in like the middle of the gym and get like super turned on. So what? No, stop looking at me like that, Stephen. It's a question because I have male clients too. So how does it work?
It is a testosterone. It helps with it does help with blood flow, but I mean it doesn't increase like your hormones. It's not a hormone enhancer. It's not like a Viagra, which is a hormone enhancer. It just helps with the healthy circulation. When you do decide to get one of those stangs, it's just going to help with the blood flow. Okay, it's just going to make things easier and a little longer. Or if you go to the gym, it helps with the blood flow and circulation and testosterone building in your leg. It just provides you with like a little bit more testosterone.
So he's not gonna get a boner in the gym if he takes it.
No, if that was the case, then I'll be walking around with a boner all day because I take Prelox every day.
Well, I gave it to him before our workout, but I was like, well, I should probably ask Stephen because I don't know everything about it.
It's not Viagra. It's not going to just automatically just make you just like, woo-woo. That's not going to happen.
I didn't know.
That's your answer. Like, it's all good. All questions are good questions.
You don't know until you ask.
I'm not saying it. I'm not judging.
I don't know.
I'm just answering the question. No boner tablets. We don't have that.
We'll take it tomorrow for leg day then.
Awesome. Anybody else? I think I might have deflated everything. That's no problem. So what I'm going to do is, if you want, you can post your takeaways in our chat, or I'm not our chat, in our group page if you want to. Also, last thing, the challenge is going well. I have to check the number of participants. I think we're like close to 15 or 20 or something like that as far as people registering for the challenge. A lot of people paid today, so I got to go in and mark that this evening. I'm telling you, if you want to jumpstart your business, if you're looking to get in or you're looking to get back in, do the challenge. The conversations that I'm having with people are, I'm like, listen, you don't have to get on the Herbalife plan. People are like, oh, cool, $20 here. And they're going to get on the Herbalife plan. They don't even know it. So it's just a great way, a good conversation piece. So I recommend that everybody at least look at that challenge and, ask, one of the people who are running it how you can get involved. I know I already have like 3 or 4 people on Friday that are going to pay and that are going to get in it. And they said, I can't do Herbalife. Well, you just don't know. You're going to eventually do it. So that's that. And recording over.